G'day and welcome to the Early Crow, episode 40. The Early Crow is brought to you by Makita. Right now, get amazing bonuses with selected Makita XGT 40 volt and 80 volt kits and combos. Limited time only. Visit makita.com.au for details. Makita XGT. More intelligent, more efficient, more power, more Makita. Boys, how are we? Tommy, disappointing loss on the weekend, but probably, in a way, it could be a good loss in the end.
Yeah,
Sharpen
it
them
was.
up a bit.
Yeah, we haven't lost for a while. It's we probably Freo were very good to their credit. Their midfield is the best in the comp stats wise, and they definitely showed that on the weekend. Big Darcy was very good against Grundy, and their midfielders followed. So they were very good in there. They beat us hands down in there, and that was probably the game. They lost it in the contest, and yeah, full credit to Freo. They were very good. Come over from WA on a 6 day break and beat us at our home deck is a very good win by them. And yeah, we were a little bit off, but you can't be off, and we haven't been off for a long time. So yeah, it was a bit different getting a loss, but we won the second half by 26 points, but we just couldn't. We gave them too much leg rope, and yeah, against good teams, you can't do that.
Couple of things. Just say yes or no if you're allowed to. Did Fife throw that ball in the centre?
I was right. I was
You were right there.
right there. I thought he threw it, but yeah, I think I screamed at the umpire saying he threw it, but I don't know. It's a very hard game to umpire, so we can't comment too much.
Uh, I realised on Saturday night that you're all over your own stats, like more than we are. And Juz. How many tackle breaks did you have?
Me?
I saw at least two early, like two good don't argues.
Really? No, I wouldn't have a clue.
Score involvements was 9-all, top of the table between you and Juz. I thought you had good games, and I sort of said you were involved in a few scoring plays, and you were both like, no, we were. When does the phone come out and the stats get analysed after each game?
No, it actually doesn't. We're actually pretty good. I'm usually like when I get home and sit on the couch, so here we go today. Had a look, and Juz is always going on about his score involvements and shit, and so I was sort of saying, yeah, I've got the same as you, mate. But I had a goal assist, he didn't, so there's one to me.
He was very good early, Juz. When
Yeah,
the
he was
team was
good.
a bit slow, he was on.
Yeah, he was good. He's having a great year. He's very good with the ball, and when he's got it, something happens.
Saw a very controversial game on Saturday night, Geelong Essendon. The umpiring, and obviously because it was a Victorian side, it's all over the media that the umpiring was questionable. Is it getting harder and harder to know what you can and can't do like like when it's really on in a game? Like Rampy laid a great tackle and just sort of put a bit of hurt into it, but it was a great tackle, free kick, goal. Like, is it getting harder and harder to know what you can and can't do?
It's yeah, it's a very like even to umpire, like it must be just so hard. There's so many different ways to call it, and all these different rules where they've got to protect the head and things like that, and even like the deliberate rule. I didn't see that game on Saturday night, but obviously seen it a bit on the media and things like that. It does get hard when things sort of aren't clear, and to be honest, it's pretty hard to make it clear because there's so many different ways you can tackle, and like I think Rampy's one, he was sort of coming round with him, but he couldn't really do much more. So it's very hard as a player and an umpire to make the right call, and then obviously the media just scrutinised everything. So it can be hard to get it right, or like to get it right, and then if you do get it wrong, you just get pounded. So it's pretty tough on the umpires and the players.
Praddy, thoughts?
Yeah, well, it must be, as you said, perhaps as hard for an umpire as it is a player, just in terms of them needing to interpret the same rules that they've known for a while in a different way, whether it's week on week or year on year. Like, the one thing that we all like in life is a little bit of continuity, and when things are the same, because you're able to understand what's going on and then either implement or apply or do whatever it is you need to do the same over and over again. And it's just, it gets frustrating as a fan when things change week on week and you haven't caught the AFL media for that week and they say, no, we're interpreting this rule a little bit differently now. It's like, I'd just like to see some consistency across the whole year. And if there's something glaringly wrong, and there's player safety at risk, fair enough, change it. But otherwise, I reckon try and leave it for the year. It's got to be easier for everyone. And then if tweaks need to be made, then you can brief teams at the start of the season. Umpires can come down to training. You can do your scratch matches and do it all properly, and then understand what you need to do for the season ahead.
I feel like they're way too reactive. I listened to the commentary on Saturday, and I reckon, did you listen to it, Praddy?
No, I had the
I'd
racing.
say like 40% of it was about the umpiring.
Yeah.
Like, they don't know what's going on. The blokes that live and breathe it from a analyst point of view aren't sure. They're like, well, that was holding the ball 2 weeks ago. It's not last week. It hasn't been in the first half. Well, now it is in the second half. I think that the problem is the fluctuations in interpretation that they're told to make, and it's impossible for them to do. And then how the hell's these young blokes going to adjust on the run week to week in the contest?
Yeah.
It's never going to be perfect. And the more they
No.
put Hawkeyes on it, it's just making it worse. Like, just let them go. Like, if you go to I'm sure if you go to like a marketing business and put a camera on their work all day, they make mistakes all day. But because it's AFL and we're videoed of every single thing we do, it's a tough job. Like, mistakes are going to happen no matter what job you're in. It's just because we get videoed 24/7, and then we have to conjure up why you're doing it or what happened there. So,
like what about the Freo bloke that got done running too far?
It was only just, wasn't it?
They're the worst. Like,
Yeah.
that rule should just be scrapped. Like, when the lizard takes off, 40,000 people SCG, they get up and about. That sort of stuff should be encouraged because people love it.
Yeah, I agree. It's for me, naturally bouncing comes to like if I see space, I naturally bounce. Like, it's just a habit thing I do. If I only run 7 to 10 steps, and I always bounce. But some players, like for Lizard, for instance, like it'd be a great thing to just no bounces, just run as far as you can. It'd be unreal to watch.
I would like to see him try, if it goes out by foot, rolls out, it's just a free kick. If it goes out by hands, it's play on, and people do it deliberately. Like, who cares? But there's no interpretation. Like, there's no, was he under pressure or is he not under pressure? Rush behinds, just make it black or white. So you can either go back to rushing them, or if there's someone within 5 metres, you can rush it even if there's no pressure. Like a simple black and white rule, so you know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's so it's confusing for someone who watches the game for like 30 years. I don't have a clue half time what's going to happen.
Yeah, it'll make it more consistent.
So, frustrating loss, but maybe straight to Sarp. Geez, there was a lot of pressure put on the young Logan at the end. Like, fucking hell. There was a 55-metre set shot for goal, boys. Everyone can calm down, please.
Yeah.
We had like 119 minutes to get it right, and it's all on the young fella. Delicious, like, just sexual delivery, though, from the Liz. Like, across his body, took weight off the pill, just sat it. Like, it's there is no talent, there is no, like, skill kind of in what Lizard did. Like, you just either can do it or you can't. It's absolute, like, pure ability. Yeah,
that was very, very, very nice kick.
There's no coaching clinic ever in Australia that's ever gone, this is how you do this, Lizard. Like,
in
he
this
just got that.
Yeah. That's true. It's a very around the corner kicks. Either you got it or you don't, and especially at that
just
speed.
Took a bit off it, like just a little dippy, like.
Yeah, it's a funny one. Like Brucey Logan, if it was one person to kick it in the team, you pick him. It would have been Bruce. I would have chose Bruce to kick it after the siren. And
I remember you said that a couple of times to me.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think he might have just got a bit too close to the net, and because when the siren goes, you can't naturally arc out like they call play on. So I think that might have rattled him a little bit. Like he didn't want to really arc out, so he got a little bit too close. Then poor Brucey. I've actually done that once before, but I was actually 30 metres out, straight in front, in a TAP Cup game. We were 1 point down, and it was the last game of the year. It didn't matter if we won or lost. We sort of made finals or didn't go up or down the ladder. And I've kicked it straight out in the full. It was a bit slippery. It was a bit slippery, and it wasn't my finest day. But thankfully, it didn't really matter. Like on the weekend, Brucey didn't really matter too much.
He'll bounce back.
100%.
That's what life's about. Yeah, every good movie has its ups and its downs. He's got to return now and finish off with a big bang this year. Where are we headed this Saturday? What are we doing? They haven't given me another Saturday afternoon game, have they? Sure.
Nah, Sunday Arvo.
7 day, like feet up.
Yeah, we had a couple of days off, which has been nice. Going tomorrow and prepare for the Saints on a Sunday Arvo, so be nice. Yeah,
Where's that?
That's at Etihad.
Oh, Praddy, do you want to go?
Praddy might have a
not.
kid.
Hey, yeah, I might have a kid by then.
Matty Punts will probably go.
Punts will be a chance, but yeah, I'm no chance.
Ooh, Ross the boss, Etihad.
Yep.
Haven't been to Melbourne for a while, so it's good under the lid.
What's the recovery been like? Just assuming you've been nicking off to the recovery baths and stuff with Kieran McAvoy, getting yourself right, eating broccoli and rice and that sort of stuff?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, great recovery this week. We 2 days off, sauna and ice bath today. Beautiful. Speaking of Kieran McAvoy, jeez, didn't he ride a good horse on Friday over in the trial?
What are we, 11 minutes and 46 seconds of recording to bring up Getafix? I actually thought it was going to be a little bit longer than that.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, just before we start this, it is a bloody great result that you two... Well, Tom's progression as a form analyst is like it's outdoing him as a footballer, in my opinion. And Praddy's ability to zig and zag is second to none, and it's very, very good because you two have like got the sickness worse than anyone I've ever seen in my life. They're not only talking about every race that's ever been throughout a week, they're also covering trials now in our WhatsApp.
I'm not covering trials. I just watched it because
Well, we had to. We got warned in 10 minutes.
We got a 10-minute warning. Yeah, we got a 10-minute warning.
And Kieran, he rang me up and he had to say he had to go to Coogee recovery there and put his arms in because his arms are that sore from the trial. He said, "Mate, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to ride tomorrow. My shoulders and biceps are bloody burning because we were just trucking. We were trucking along there at Randwick on Friday. If you haven't watched it, trial 15, I think, at Randwick on Friday. It is proper trial stuff, and we'll trialing again on the 9th of June. And I don't know, it's had a very high expectations, this horse, so it needs to reduce because tell you what,
this is the horse that paraded and was a dominant winner first up after drifting savagely because it got one of the biggest hogs of all time out in the pre-parade, and it wobbled its way down to the starting gates and still won. It's now nutless, being gelded, trained by John O'Shea. The horse is called Getafix. John O'Shea actually announced today that your man's
John O'Shea and Tom.
Tom.
Yeah, I said today it'll be the Getafix will be Tommy's first Group 1, so it'll be good.
So if there's punters out there that want to they obviously can't own the horse but they want to ride it with you, where should they be having their futures bet?
I won't give that away just yet. I'll keep that to myself.
The odds clearly aren't up, punters, just to be clear. Otherwise, he would be saying it because he'd be on already.
I'll keep that to myself. After the second trial, we'll go from there, mate.
Hey, well, Dicko, no mail's come our way, so he's got to clearly knock the price up first. That's all time. That is all-time gatekeeping, and I'm all for it. Why not? I'm all for it.
Bunyip, but yeah.
I'm all for it.
Now, Dabble, you boys are telling me now that Dabble have proven to be the only one that I'm aware of in the bookmaking landscape with half a brain, who have seen the light, who have seen the opportunity to do the right thing and get a stack of positive attention because of it. This is not an ad, but I think what they've done is proper, so we will mention it. They have refunded punters who backed Fleetwood at Caulfield in race 8.
Yeah, 8. Yeah, I think it was 8.
Yeah, race 8.
Saturday, it was denied a fair start. Whose fault that was, it doesn't really matter, and I'm not saying it was anyone's, but it was denied a fair start, and if you backed it, you felt crook.
Oh.
And the racing industry, as it can do, really just fucked up the situation again and again and again. It's very obvious to me what should have been done. Pay the connections the prize money, If it was a filly, she gets like the Saturday placed on her pedigree, so she's worth a bit more. But the punters that backed it, you're our clients, you're our customers, you had a shit experience, let me sort that out for you. It's no one's fault. Your food was cooked the wrong way, or we got confused with your order. That's on us. Like, it's how you treat customers. So if everyone else does the right thing, remember that Dabble did it first. If you're thinking about somewhere to bet on the weekend, I'd have a little crack at Dabble. I'd obviously gamble responsibly, call the hotline or visit the website if you have a problem. But if you weren't sure where to bet, I'd give Dabble a crack just for the good vibes and the right thing they've done here by the Fleetwood punters. Tom, you were obviously playing, but Praddy, you watched it.
Well, you could hear it in the audio. You heard, and again, it's not blaming anyone for what goes on, because everything happens within a millisecond, and horse racing's got so many variables, from the fact that there was 12 horses in that field, so it's 12 individual horses. There's probably 5 barrier attendants. There's the starter and the assistant, and then plus obviously all the jockeys on top of the horses. Like, things can go wrong, but I think Dabble have obviously seen the common sense side of things and probably seen a good PR opportunity, and good on them for doing it. Like, the barrier attendant in the barrier yelled out, "Wait," and then the gates went, and then you could hear him say an expletive after it had left the gates as well, and the horse's leg was up inside the stall. Like,
yeah, I think that's a good point. Sorry to cut you, but just if you're playing home, you knew it's not the barrier attendant's fault.
No, not at all.
Like, he's protecting the jockey and the horse.
Yeah, 100%.
So he doesn't just let go when he's told to let go if the horse, it's not right, because it's going to rear, and D Lane's going to get hurt, the horse is going to get hurt.
Yeah,
they're supposed to say, yeah, right. Then
correct.
they open.
Yeah,
So
and
when
he yelled
you
out,
watch
"Wait."
it looks like he hasn't let go, but he's fighting the horse to try and get it to calm down, saying, "Hey, mate."
Yeah, the horse dipped its head in the stall.
You are a fucking immoral. Jump, travel, get off the fence, because the fence is fucking quicksand, because Caulfield's a disgrace, which we'll get to later on. But you're immoral. Just stay calm.
The horse ducked its head because its leg was up in the stall, and he was just making sure, like, we had it explained by one of the guys in Dicko's mailbag as well. D-Lane was actually sitting back on the horse, which is why it was back in the stall, because the barrier attendant was physically over the top of the horse around its neck, trying to grab its reins to lift its head up to ensure that it didn't dip and potentially fall or trip over, or D-Lane then, like, it went off at an awkward angle and D-Lane might have hit his head on one, because, like, it's a steel cage, right? Basically, whatever the product is, the material is that's in the barrier. Like, they've done everything that they can to ensure that the jockey and the horse is in the best hands and has the best opportunity of going around safely. And it's just unfortunate that when we had an all clear call, then there was a wait or a hold. I don't know what it is exactly what they say. That happened within like 0.1 of a second afterwards. And obviously the button was probably already pressed by that time after the all clear call went out. We're so lucky that nobody was hurt. Like, the barrier attendant wasn't hurt. The horse didn't buck.
Yeah,
the horse didn't potentially break its leg.
No one's
But
fault. But
good on Dabble for seeing the light of day.
So we look after our customer. Saturday night. What do I do every Saturday night?
What, get a salted caramel figgy?
Yes. You know what happens
How's
Saturday
he
night? Listen.
How has he weaved this in there?
Listen. Royce, listen. Are you listening?
Here we go. Yep, I am.
They were out of salted caramel. So what'd they do? They didn't charge me double. They didn't just send me a fucking chocolate one. They rang me up.
Customer service.
Customer service.
Yep.
I said, just do whatever you can. And they, you know what lobbed? 2.
Wow.
Really?
Customer service. What am I going to do next Saturday night?
Yeah. Order
Now,
again.
little did they know that I was probably going to do it anyway. If I wasn't, I'm definitely going to go there again and again and again.
I think there's always talk in the media as well about horse racing turnover and it potentially being lost to sports betting. What are you going to do if you imagine you have $20 to spare and somebody said, look, this Fleetwood horse could be amazing. We've seen the Black Storm come out and win last week, the Black Cloud it was, and there's a chance that this horse might be like seriously above average. You should have your $20 on. You might win $60, and then you've got your Palmer and a couple of pots with your mates down at the pub, and you've only spent $20. That's what you want to spend, or whatever it is. Like, what are you going to do next time you got $20? Are you going to potentially have maybe like an NRL multi, or are you going to potentially bet on volleyball, where you know the people who they are and you can get some stats on it, or a game where the stats are really hard to get, they're very inconsistent, and the one opportunity that you've had to bet on a horse, and that's the experience you've got. I know where I'll
It's
be
like
putting my
if-
$20 next time.
Let's move to Origin now, and say we had an Origin bet on Latrell Mitchell to score the first try or score a try, and he was a laid out.
Yep.
You get your money back
Refund, 100%.
because you're a customer.
Yep.
That's what sport would do. Racing,
Yeah, exactly.
oh,
Or gets
when we
or
wrote the
in-
rules in the 1960s, actually, if it runs third, we can't refund you.
Yeah, and we're not talking about the rules here. We're talking about,
Common
obviously,
sense.
it's written in betting law, but they do justice payouts all the time. They do refunds all the time. Like, common sense to keep your customer happy would be to do a refund, and they potentially need to look at that law because the horse has missed the start by 15 or 20 lengths and only lost by 4. Like,
it's
it gets an even chance. Like, it could have honestly pissed in, and it would have been an amazing spectacle as well.
I suppose that's the moral of the story. Is I wasn't wrong. Okay, if you're playing that.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't wrong. Any 8,000 multis responsibly that I had it in.
What do you reckon they can do with that Fleetwood Dicko? Do you reckon it could be good in the spring or what?
Oh, we want to see do it once. Do it once.
It ran a good number
sort of.
2 back in Sydney, and after being gelded, I reckon it's a fucking good horse now.
Probably. I think it's quite sharp. I think the price was a gift on Saturday. The market sort of respecting it the way it did, drawn barrier 1, is a really big sign that the horse is above average. So if that was on a fair track, I think it would have started with a 1 in front of it. So it would have started $1.90 or $1.80. That track on Saturday and Caulfield as a whole is almost a disgrace. It's a major issue for the industry. It can't handle what they've asked for it to cop. Jimbo of irrigation fame, the king of horticulture and grass and irrigation and everything to do with racetracks. His belief is that they've now pushed the spring back that extra month, that the track doesn't have enough time to recover. Down in Melbourne, it's been like cold, but it hasn't been awful conditions. It's as good as they're ever going to get it. And if you're going to put the rail at 12 metres, and it may as well have been at 15 because no one wanted to be on the inside 3, on a metro track at that level of course, it's a disgrace. It's a problem. And I don't know what they're going to do. Because if it rained this week and they raced on it on Saturday or so far, like if they race on that track again in poor conditions, it's cooked.
Yeah.
Flemington just stands up. Mooney Valley's 30 years old, stands up.
I think you can tie that in with like Randwick and the Sydney track. So like it was sunny all week, and it's still a heavy 8. Like it was still a heavy 8 all meeting, and that's what I was talking to. I think I was talking to Ganna. If it was in Flemington, it would be a good 4 for sure. That drainage is just elite. Like they've got to be able to. I don't know what we're doing with Rose Hill, but if they're doing a new track or whatever, but I reckon that has to be their main point is get the drainage right, because in Sydney when it rains, it fucking rains, and in autumn every year it rains, and then
this
it's
is a
winter
different
now.
conversation to the Fleetwood one. This is not about the customer. Like when we say customer, we mean punter. This is about like what they actually care about. The people in there who run these things are linked back to breeders and to owners. If we owned a horse that drew barrier 1 on Saturday, our chances of running well were significantly diminished because of a biased, shitty track on a Saturday in Victoria. If you drew a certain barrier at Rose Hill, your chances were severely diminished because of the way the track raced. It constantly happens, and it's not good enough for owners and participants who they actually do care about, but they're neglecting with their lack of infrastructure, renovating, preparing of the tracks. Flemington's perfect. Sales, great. Sandown, who they're trying to sell, like it does so much work and is better than Caulfield. It's a major problem. I didn't have a runner there on Saturday, but if I did and it drew 1, I'd be a lot more angry than I am now. I actually like it as a punter because you can just go, can't win. You can get rid of a horse or two in the market and bet. Anyway. I don't know what they're going to do. They're probably going to do nothing, but it's
good.
The hardest part as an owner, though, like a punter, we can just go, we think it's going to be on pace, and then we can adjust like we did on Saturday. You were playing footy, but it was one of the great tag team sets of all time from Pistol and I. Because as the bias unfolded, you could go, well, there's an over that's drawn 1 and there's 2 overs that are drawn 8 and 7. Let's back the 2 8 and 7 horses. They're going to be 3 wide line. Stuff like that. Easy to do as a punter.
Yep.
But if you had a horse and it drew barrier 3, you think that's a great barrier. Let's nominate Sydney and Melbourne. It's drew 10 in Sydney, 3 in Melbourne. We'll go to Melbourne. Turns out it's a really bad barrier for your horse because the track's so biased. It's poor. It's bad. Speaking of poor and bad and weak-gutted dog, Batia. How are we saying his name?
Oh,
Batia, I think.
Batia, jeez. I just watched that before. God.
I have hit Bryson at a big price, a good price. I've hit Scotty Scheffler. I'm airborne. I have Minwoo and Batia out of my 2 of my 3 players. I wake up, Minwoo's doing Minwoo things, he's cooking, he's coming home hot, he's on fire. He pulls one and does one of the great flop shots all time to birdie. Then he just flies it long on 18 and bogeys 18 to lose by 1 shot. And then our man Batia, who I've been on all week, and shout out to Mick Gannon, one of the great bets all time, first round leader. With these flaky mentally golfers, you like get him first round leader twice the price. He couldn't close, but he was the first round leader. That leaky little putt, it was never in.
Yeah, like the camera angle, like you could just tell this was never going in. Don't you reckon?
Oh, as soon as he hit it, I went, oh fuck, oh
No,
my fucking god. And to make it even worse, after getting jammed right in the Danusta, with 2 of my 3 missing by 1 shot, Matty Punt's won. And I swear to God, Matty Punt, who's cursed, was stopping him. He hit like a 3-wood into a par 5, rolled onto the green, great shot, and then it somehow kept rolling off into the water. It's like cursed stuff.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
That was Matty Punt's though. That's a power of punts. And the guy still won.
Oh God.
Have you resulted the golf, Praddy?
Not yet, no.
It's heating up though.
We're
We're starting.
climb because it was $56. He was like something like that. 50,
Was he?
70,
Davis, was he?
His 70s or 50s, I reckon, or 40s.
Yeah, I think 50s. And then Dan flicked me a message. I think, was it Wilbur had more top 10, so that probably puts him back in the lead. Old
Really,
Wilbur,
skipper.
Will Collis. So, yeah, so he might have taken the lead back with a more top 10. And I think it might be Punt second, then you third, and perhaps fourth, I believe. But I need
Punt
to
is
result
in
them.
second.
I believe so.
We're still really starting to hit our straps now. Aren't there? There's not as many roughies. Like the boys are starting to hit each week now. It's proper like tipping
Particularly
now.
when
Not these.
boys, like, I'm on fire.
Yeah.
I am on fire.
Well, Juzzy's got 1, so.
And I have no idea if Punt's is second. I just wanted to see your reaction, Dicko, and I got everything I wanted. But he'll be up there. It was like a $50 or a $60 winner. So, yeah, it's been good. The golf's been heating up, and Minwoo playing some good golf going towards the Olympics as well.
Yeah, how good were those 2 chips back to back? Just on the edge of the green, just bang, just like bread and butter.
Yeah, but did you see his flop on 17? He was short-sighted through thick shit. Like you and I, we don't like. Praddy has no idea. Well, I have no idea. Tom has no idea how hard to hit it.
Yeah.
You know, like it's that thick.
That thick,
and he flopped it and he landed it on a dinner plate where it would stop enough. It was fucking unbelievable.
He's good to watch, isn't he?
I like how him and Cam Smith, 2 Aussies, they're both pretty fast.
Yeah.
Too, they kind of go, oh fuck it, I'm hitting this, righto, bang.
Yeah, I get on with it. That is the biggest gripe when you go around a public course and it takes you 6.5 hours to get round for 18 because they're all standing there and having 3 practice swings and then hitting it just over the top of a jam tin.
So what else was good during the week? The State of Origin.
Oh.
That was big. It's going to be one of the great deciders, I reckon.
We haven't talked about game 2, have we?
Nah.
Not yet.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
How good was it? Honestly. Who do
bloody
you go
good.
for, Praddy?
I'm in New South Wales, so through a bit of work, I did some work with New South Wales pubs, and I got the opportunity to go and meet a few of them and have a lunch with them and stuff. So since I've followed it, definitely New South Wales.
Do you want me to talk you through my night?
Yeah, I'd love to. You went, didn't you?
Yeah, and I overraced bad. Got itchy about 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock here, started getting in the cans. And I thought we were going to the pub. No, I started getting to like 3 because I thought I had to be at the pub at 4. So I thought I'll just get 2 in to get me going, you know? Just get me in the spot. Because I don't want to be that... I'm going with the dads. I don't want to be that bloke who's like going, let's have another one. Or I want to get myself in that little zone that I like to be in. Then we met at the pub at 5. But I've set a pace for myself, you know, I've got to run late. Then we get to the pub, have 2 more cheeky ones. And get on the train. I got a like a 7-year-old bladder. Had to stop halfway. Had a piss.
Did they get off with you?
Yeah, they had to. Yeah.
Oh, what blokes! I would have said,
Yeah,
"Oh,
good
you got to
man.
get off for a piss, don't you? I'll see you there."
Well, there's no toilets on the train.
What?
How they mean? Tell me you're on 800 a year without telling me you're on 800 a year.
There's no toilets on a train.
It's not a
No.
plane. It's a train, mate.
Not a metro train, not a normal train. No,
Oh, well,
on a
fuck,
V line, yes, but
I just catch the V line. I'm country, mate. Just fucking on the V line.
yeah, true.
I don't catch that metro bullshit.
Well, the dads have done you a solid getting off. I genuinely would have said, if you need to go for a piss, I'll see you there.
Yeah, then there was like a pop-up bar thing at Richmond Station. I don't know if it's there all the time or what, but it was good. Got in, it was humming. It was like going to big game footy. Like, there was a lot of people.
90,000,
Great
I think.
seats. Beers are expensive, but they were good. And they let you have 4 per person, so you could just stock up and sit down and get comfy. Like, pumping. It was humming. And it didn't feel like, my fear was like you'd feel like you were too far away. It wasn't like that at all.
Did I say that on last week's episode? I'm pretty sure I did.
Did you think you'd be too far away or it'd be good?
No, that I've been, and you definitely don't feel anywhere near as far away as I thought you would as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
it's
real
good. It's a great atmosphere with 90,000 in the house. Yeah, good.
Yeah. And then the New South Welshman just proceeded to wipe Queensland like a dirty ass. The kick, like, it was just like the early kick from Moses was like big and deep and penetrative, and you're just like, that's what we got him for. Just little bits like that. Latrell just smacking blokes. They were scared of him, you know?
Big.
I thought it was outstanding, Tom.
Who's the big fella?
Paynard.
Nah, the other one.
Crichton?
Crichton, he was elite.
Yeah.
Angus Crichton. I
Imagine
thought
being
he was second
run
best for
into
me.
by that human. Oh,
He's a big weapon, mate. He was unreal.
it's just his neck. Like, you look at his neck, he's a big unit. You just look at his neck, and it's just like...
You know, he's like 23.
In no way, surely not. I reckon he's my age.
You know, your man, Paps, he played his first game this year, I think, in the twos.
Yeah, because he had
Wow.
something.
For the
He had,
Roosters.
he's had that mental issues stuff.
And they looked at, they almost basically signed David for feeder, which is like the same position as him. And now he's going to get
flying.
paid a ton himself.
Yeah, 3 hours ago, reported by Fox Sports, in-form back rower Angus Crichton has reportedly agreed to a 2-year deal with the Roosters worth $800 a season. Pen to paper, apparently. $1.6 million deal. How good.
Good on him. He deserves it after that game, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
Great time to sign a contract too, eh?
Yeah.
100%. Get up and about.
Yeah, so the decider, New South Wales have only won once, decided in Queensland.
Yeah, and that was when the 8th Immortal, Joey Johns, he returned for game 2, straightened him up like a glorious display, and then took him up to Suncorp and got the job done.
Yeah. Do you reckon
That's
there's
how hard it is to do.
I was thinking, do you reckon there's a bit of a like Queensland had in the back of their mind, oh, we've got the decider next week, so like subconsciously like not playing their best. It's like when an AFL team plays a bit lesser side, you're subconsciously not as on. I think there's something to that.
I reckon they'd start as good, but then once the sting was out of it, yeah.
Yeah, I reckon New South Wales can beat them.
So do I.
I reckon I'd nearly back them. What would they be, like 250?
I don't know, Praddy.
Because
Check
but I thought, like, particularly because Billy Slater looked fucking rattled after the game.
He did, didn't he?
Like when it's going well, he's smug and he speaks really well. He's like he's not hard, I guess, but he's sharper than the average rugby league sort of mind. He comes across as really intelligent. He was fucking rattled.
Yeah.
Queensland $1.85, New South Wales $1.96.
And it was
Really?
like, the post game when they said, "Are you going to make any changes?" And he goes, "Well, we're Queenslanders."
Yeah, that's weird.
It was
What
like
that
the interviewer, like the journalist, didn't really know much, because he didn't care what he said. No, sorry, mate. I'm asking if you're going to make changes, not like where you're from. They made him go over it again, and he looked like even a bit more awkward.
Well, because the first game they had one down, and they on the stats sheet, like they were going all right until obviously Dan Wall broke, and then on Wednesday night they had all the players were dominant. So I would have liked a better price than $1.96, but I'm looking forward to it. What date is it again? 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah, it is the 17th of July.
Yeah.
Imagine if Robbo had gone down there and interviewed Billy Slater after the game. That would have been fucking good content. Post game. Yeah. Bit slurry.
What else have we got?
Yeah, that's rugby league. I thought it was one of the great nights all time.
Yep.
Although the train that doesn't have a toilet on it, I don't know why. I don't know which moron. They just upped their pay this week, even though I think they've ruined the economy in Victoria. That's what you keep hearing. They've upped their pay. So fucking how you can do that to yourselves, I actually appreciate that. It's full credit. But they've turned the trains off at Moorabbin on the way home. 90,000 people go in. You know, there's going to be 20,000 going this way, or at least 10.
Oh.
Fuck them. Buses replacing trains.
That's crook. That is absolutely
It
crook.
was actually pretty good, to be honest, because you got the train. Then I was like, we'll just get an Uber. And then because you got an Uber, you can get got a few Magnums and Powerades and stuff. Oh, that's right, because then I got home and Darcy was sick. I watched Wedding Crashers on the couch.
What a night.
So tired, but so worth it, yeah.
Dicko, Bella Nipotina. What a run and what a champion horse to be up for so long and just to continue to produce week in, week
I reckon
out.
like 3 or 4 runs ago, perhaps, we were like, what a run, what a horse, what a training performance.
Yep.
It's just a good horse, and it's just tough and just good. Like, you'd love to own it. It's just a beautiful horse. Willow just gone bang, bang, bang.
I think it's a pretty good effort by Kieran. Like,
Yep.
you got a mare that's like done a job, done everything you asked of it.
Yep.
It's pretty ballsy to go, we'll go one more.
Yep. Did you hear his interview? He flew up there on Friday and watched the track work, and he was like, I was finding every excuse to scratch it, and I just couldn't. He goes, it was just working so well. He's like, literally the reason why I flew up, obviously to watch it the next day, but to give me an excuse to just say, all right, that's enough, we're not going to run it again. And he just said it was just going so well, and it's just like thriving on racing that he had to leave it in, and obviously reap the rewards. And they're talking Everest now.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, it's a logical,
Yeah, I was just about to say
logical
that.
next step to that, and then off that logical step would be that the horse needs to be put away just to have the right schedule to be like spell and be able to come back for the Everest. Like if it kept racing, by the time you spell and get fit, you miss the Everest.
Yeah. So 3 weeks spelling in Queensland apparently, and then they're going to have one run and then go to the Everest second up. And I think it was Emma Freeman interviewing Kieran as well, and they were like, oh, so you've had somebody talk about Everest, and he just had a smirk on his face. He was like, nah, but they'll come. How good.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because it's done it on the good tracks in Queensland, but it'll be because get that little bit of wet track, it's even more in favour. Obviously, I wish our wing can do it. So it'll be very bloody good race Everest this year, I reckon. There'll be obviously another one coming out of the crop as well, maybe this spring that might challenge him as well.
Maybe if it is wet, it's got an even bigger edge because it's going to have residual fitness on its side.
Yeah.
Well, if it's wet, like we'll be going, on our Friday night Zoom, Tommy will be going, it's got that residual fitness. What's it worth? We don't know, but it's got it.
Yeah.
Rightio, lads. It is time for trivia. We have 5, 10, What's that? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 questions
Jesus
today.
Christ.
What
Now,
price am I?
Dicko, because you made me buzz in with MJ last week, you have to buzz in with Dixon. If you don't buzz in with anything
It's
but
not even
Dixon,
my name, though.
oh,
Yeah.
that's what Juzzy calls this, so that's what I'm going with. Nah. Buzz in with Dicko, buzz in with Paps or Tom, whatever you want to do.
Nah,
if there's
fucking go Dixon.
Nah, I'll make the rules. Thank
That's
you.
the cent
Unless
already.
you want, no, I tell you what. If you keep bringing up if
I'd
that's the
think
cent or
about-
that's not, I'm going to negative one for you just for continually bringing it up. But anyway, if there's a nearest to pin,
sir.
if you buzz in, so I'm not going to tell you when the nearest to pins ones are, but they'll be pretty obvious if there's a number that you've got to guess. If you buzz in with the nearest to pin first, I'm going to give you 3 seconds from as soon as you buzz in after I say your name. And if you don't answer, it then goes to the next person to take as long as they like. So if you jump the gun and want to go early on the nearest to pin, you have to do it straight away. And yeah, we've got some general knowledge. We've got some food general knowledge. We've got some Australian company slogans. We've got some sport and a little bit of racing as well. So
We're going to try and slow my brain
perhaps
down.
as the 3-time reigning champion in a row too,
That makes
I'll
me sick.
allow you to choose either general knowledge, food general knowledge, sports, or racing to start on.
We'll go general knowledge.
General knowledge, done. That makes it easy because then I can just read it off down the page. Thanks for doing me solid. For you,
Sorry, what are we starting with?
Knowledge.
General
Yeah.
knowledge. Okay.
that's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Just checking.
Rightio. Which two countries have the longest shared? Let me start again. I almost said the countries,
Wow.
and I false start there, punters, but I can cut that out, which is the best part. Which two countries have the longest shared international border?
Tom.
Paps.
China.
Who do they share it with?
No, fuck that.
No.
You are
Hey,
ridiculous.
that's -1 for you, Dicko.
Yeah.
I'm finally about to get a few back.
It's not even the right country at the start, but
Well, then we can. What country does China share a border with, Paps?
I don't know, but is Russia one?
I think it does. I just wanted to know if you knew them. That's not correct, Dicko.
that's what I would have said.
It won't be an infinite amount of time, so I'll give you 3.
Canada and USA.
Bang, Dicko off the mark.
That is just bullshit.
I would have said China and Russia, but he just said one country, and you were like, and?
Yeah, because I just wanted to see if you knew the other country that shared a border with it, which I think it does. All right, to perform a 900 in skateboarding, how many
Jack.
revolutions is it, Jack?
3.
No, Tom. Some thinking going on here. I need some thinking music.
4.
No,
Like,
it is
Oh,
2.5 revolutions of a 360 gets you a 900.
fuck me.
3.
Yeah, I was.
So it is Dicko 0 because he was on -1 and Paps on
Oh,
0.
so that wasn't a nearest to pin.
No, almost not nearest to pin, but probably could have been. But no. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, what is the best-selling book of all time?
There's no rush for me here, is there?
Tom.
Yes.
Cat in a Hat.
No,
That's a great guess.
that's a great guess. Good book. I can't read too, so I can't wait to read that one.
Jack,
Yes.
the Bible.
Dicko Bang, the Bible.
Wow.
You helped me get that.
Well,
By
because the
him
Cat in the
thinking-
Hat's like the
by him
Bible,
thinking
or
like left of field.
made you think a
I
little
was
bit
thinking
further
like
left?
Harry Potter or some novel.
Fair enough. What year did the
I
former
suppose it is a novel in a way, isn't it?
What year did the former DVD rental business Netflix introduce its streaming services?
I'll still living at home, I reckon.
This is the nearest to pin.
Jack,
3
2016.
wrong.
Are we counting the 3 for Tom?
Two.
Or just for me?
No.
No. 2015.
Oh, smart.
Smart. Yep. Perhaps it was 2007.
Oh, we are so bad sometimes.
No, I was
Yeah.
going blow 2010 for sure.
Yep.
But I just
love
wanted to be
that.
safe.
Good getting. So we're on Dicko 1, Paps 1. Last question of general knowledge. What animal/creature kills more people in the world than any other?
Tom.
Paps.
She's bull.
No.
Well, I'm trying to think what people are around.
Yeah.
Like,
Jack Mosquito.
That is correct, Dicko. It is the mosquito because of
the
the viruses. Right, so after general knowledge, we've got Dicko's answered 3 correct, but he's on 2, and we've got Paps on 1. Are
I
you
don't know
right?
that's that funny, mate. Like,
Rightio. We'll go to food general knowledge next. What food was Humpty Dumpty portrayed as?
Tom,
Jack.
Paps.
potato.
Egg.
Dicko, egg. That is
Fuck
correct.
me.
Potato's not a bad guess, though. At least it's the right shape. Rightio. M&M's fruit chews were developed
This is right
into what candy that still exists? They were what candy now exists that was
Jack.
originally an M&M's fruit chew? Dicko.
Mentos.
No.
Zappo.
Dicko said it, but no. So it was Starburst.
Oh,
So Starburst was originally an M&M's fruit chew, which sounds rank.
Starburst
is-
the ones you put in the vodka?
Yes, you can. Yep. Or Redskins. You can also
Really?
throw in vodka, which is good. Yep. Okay. What primary ingredient is in a falafel?
Tom.
Perhaps.
Potato.
No, not potato.
Big on the potatoes. Flour.
No, not flour. It is either chickpeas or I would have accepted fava beans. According to the website deepstash.com, this is just so that I don't get accused of not knowing my stuff. How many hamburgers does McDonald's make per day worldwide?
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of burgers worldwide.
That's a nearest to pin too. I think we've got a bit of a waiting game on our hands here.
Jack. 50 million.
Dicko, 50 million? No.
Oh, it's obviously I didn't nail the number.
No.
51 million.
Yeah, I just wanted to go above.
No,
or below.
it is Dicko, 6.5 million burgers worldwide. And good on Dicko for getting in first. I thought we were going to be sitting there for a long, long, long time.
What's
So
the
score
score?
up.
Belton.
Yeah, score update. Dicko's got 5 right, but he's on 4, and perhaps you are on the solitary 1. Last one of food general knowledge. Which is the only fruit with the seeds on the outside?
Tom.
Perhaps.
Raspberry.
Ooh, no.
Pass. I don't know.
Strawberries. Strawberries are the only
Oh,
fruit that's on the outside. When he said raspberry too, I thought I made too much of a noise, and Dicko might have got it. I'm glad I didn't give that one away. Right, so we're still on. Dicko's answered 5 correctly on 4, and Paps is on 1. We will go to the 3 questions in.
Take as many as you want off me tonight.
Oh, okay. Do you want another one off at the moment, or you're right? Do you think you got enough of a head start?
If you want to like steer me in another answer, like you can do that too.
Okay, that is definitely another one off. So you are on 3, and Paps is on 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what happened last week.
Gonna feel
Rightio,
better
sports. The ODI and T20 trophy between Australia and New Zealand is named after 2 cricketers.
Jack.
Who are they?
Tom.
Dicko first.
Hadley.
What's
No.
his name? Full name.
Richard Hadley.
That's 1.
Richard Hadley. Alan Border's got enough after him. The Hadley.
3, 2.
Benno.
One.
Richie Benno.
No. Paps?
Chapel.
Chapel Hadley. It is.
Going to need more information,
There's
Paps.
a couple of Chapel brothers, though, my man.
Ian.
Oh,
Ian, bang from Paps.
well done.
Well done, Paps. It was Sir Richard Hadley, but I don't believe that goes into their actual name, so we'll let that one slide.
I don't believe in the monarchy either, so...
Geez, you're on tonight, aren't you? In 1995, why was Australian cricket umpire Darryl Hare in the firing line? Dicko.
Called Mullery chucking.
Perfect. That is exactly
Wow.
right. He called Murley, I think it was 7 times. Rightio, so score update. After that outburst, we've got Dicko has answered 7 correctly, but he's on 5 and Paps is on 2. So you're only 3 behind Paps and there's plenty of questions to go. Last one of the sports questions. In the 2024 Olympics, how many total sports are going to be featured? This is nearest to pin.
A
Tom.
doozy.
35.
Paps? 35, yep.
Jack, 36.
Paps, you are correct. It is 32.
Oh, well done, Tom.
32, that was
I
very,
thought
very
that was
close.
a fucking moral to be a lot bigger than that.
Yep, and those sports are, if you just Google
What was the question?
what sports are they?
Total
In
sports
the,
Olympics.
yep, how many total sports are going to be featured? There's 32.
Oh, I thought there would be like 100.
I thought there'd be more, but there's obviously variations of different sports.
Yeah, well,
like-
Oh, so
Isn't
they're like
athletics
swimming's
is one?
sport. Athletics
yeah,
is
swimming is
sport.
one. Yep. Yep, so
Oh,
there we go.
Cycling's one sport.
Yeah.
Correct. Gymnastics is one sport, but they have different disciplines.
Yeah, true.
Yep.
I read that wrong.
Easy. All right, so after the end of sport, we've got 2 categories to go. We've got Dicko was on 7, but he's technically 5 because he's got 2 minus points. And we've got Paps on 3, so the comeback is on. I am praying that you've gone the early crow, saying we can take as many points off you as you like. Dicko, because I've taken 2 off you, what would you like to go to next? Would you like to go to racing? There's 4 questions.
Tom can pick.
Or, okay, Paps, or Australian company slogans.
Australian company slogans.
Rightio. So I'm going to read the slogan, and you've got to tell me the company name. You have to buzz in. If you don't buzz in, too bad. Rightio. Here we go. Zoom, zoom.
Tom.
Paps.
Mazda.
Correct. Bang. And
I didn't
Dicko, if
realise
you
that was
could,
a question.
I'm going to read the slogan.
Too quick
Yep.
for you.
And you go to go.
Yeah.
And if you could just back from your mic a little bit so that people don't have to taste what you've had for lunch. We've got, all right, the second one. I've got you. You've been on a few times tonight. More smart, more safe.
More smart, more safe. More smart, more safe. Jack, Morteen.
Correct.
Oh, jeez, that's a,
more safe, Morteen.
that's good.
That's a very good get. Rightio. Third one. Work, rest, play.
Jack,
Yes.
work, rest, play. Work, rest, play. Nike?
No.
Work, rest, play. It's a brand I like, I think. Work, rest, play.
I'd be baffled if Paps and Juzzy didn't like this brand as well.
Oh, here we go, punters. If you're playing at home, look at him just
Don't-
just
Work, rest,
steering
play.
in.
I don't fucking
It's
know.
2 on 1 here.
3.
I don't even fucking know.
Mars. Mars is the
Oh.
company. You fan of the Mars bar?
Mars is too plain for those boys.
Yeah, it's alright though. It's good. I wouldn't say no to one.
Fair enough. The fourth one. I still call Australia home.
Jack.
Tom.
Dicko.
Fuck's sake.
Qantas.
Sorry, what was that?
Qantas.
Qantas. That is correct. So we've got 2 to go of the Australian companies. Dicko's on 7. Paps, you are on 4.
Am I actually on 7? Or am I on
You're on 9, but you've got a couple of minus ones, so you're on 7. Yep. Rightio. Number 5. The fresh food people.
Tom.
Jack.
Dicko.
Mate, my seriously, my thing is so far behind. I said that like legit when you were answering because I knew it was delayed. I said it and it still didn't come through quick enough. I said it at the start of the question.
Give it to me. Give it to me, mate.
Paps.
I'm on tonight.
I don't even
Coles.
fucking.
Is it Coles? You going Coles?
No.
No, what are you
What?
going, Paps?
I want to hear the question again now.
No, you heard the question. You've already buzzed in.
I don't even fucking know what it was. I'm fucking just distracted.
The fresh food people.
Oh, Woolworths.
I was trying to get him to say Coles.
Yeah, I didn't know where you were going then. Anyway, the last one we've got. Oh, what a feeling.
Tom. Oh my god,
DK.
Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
Toyota, that is correct. So with one with one to go.
Wi-Fi brands out there, come and fucking sort this shit out because the one I'm with is shit.
Oh, toys are out of the cot.
Toys are well and truly out of the cot tonight.
Oh, you have to pick them all up before the missus gets home. They're everywhere.
100%. So we've got Dicko is currently on. He's answered 10 correctly. He's on 8. Perhaps you're on 5, and there are 4 racing questions, so you still have a chance. Rightio Racing. On Saturday, what number start was it for Bella Nipotina this prep?
Tom.
Perhaps.
7.
No.
Jack.
Dicko? Perhaps you get it correct. It was 9.
Wow.
2 behind, 3 questions to go.
Oh,
Can he get there, punters? Can he get there? How many times this prep has Bella Nipotina started sub $3?
Whoa.
Perhaps.
Whoa.
You don't want any more dissent.
If you're playing
You do not want any more
that'll be
dissent.
You've ever heard that? That'll be the first time ever someone's buzzed in and still had the question fed to them.
Oh, I'm not sure about that. I think you definitely need to go back and listen to a few. Perhaps.
2.
No. Dicko.
What was the question?
No.
Yeah, I gave it to Paps before, so fair enough. How many times this prep has Bella started sub $3?
3.
No, Paps is correct again. It is 1.
You are a choking fuck!
Can you believe, after that outrageous outburst, the toys are getting picked up and thrown in Dicko's direction? Can you believe this entire prep, she started sub $3 once?
This
entire prep. And it was on the weekend. She started $2. Anyway, rightio, 2 questions to go. Paps, you are 1 behind to tie.
What did she start in Perth?
It was $4 or something like that, or $3.50. Yeah, it was close, but not sub $3. In what country was Frankie Dettori born?
Tom.
Paps.
Brazil.
Incorrect.
It's European. Jack, Italy. Thank you.
That is correct. Dicko has gone bang. You are now 2 in front, so you can't win, Paps. Romantic Warrior has run in 6 Group 1s this racing calendar year. How many has he won?
Jack 5.
That is correct. Dicko goes bang to round it out.
Just had to straighten everyone up there, you know. I would have been copping it from Jars and punts if we had to let him go 4 in a row. So
Yeah, I was going to let you win once for sure.
Brady didn't want to let you win. Didn't want to let me win, but I'm happy to knock you both off. That's been the Early Crow episode 40. Don't forget, CTW Excavations, Tight Access Solutions. They go where the big boys don't. Hope you have a phenomenal week. Hope you enjoyed it. We've got ponies all across the week at the mailbag. We'll have them on our socials, I think, Praddy, if Praddy remembers. Windstorm Saturday, Valhalla Saturday, Getafix probably Friday week at the jump outs. Be the most watched jump out in history.
9th of July.
There it is. That's us. Have a great week. Enjoy yourselves. Be nice to each other. Bye for now.